Hey there guys and girls. Well, you guessed it, I've bought another car. It's quite nice. You won't believe how much it cost me. A grand total of £50. Oops, wrong car. Yeah, this is the car I've just bought. Nice. Looks good. Honestly, this did cost me £50. It's got the 1.9 XUD turbo diesel engine. So it's much like the Citroen I used to have, which I've sold now. It's got faults, plenty of electrical faults. The central locking never worked, the two front windows do not work, the rear wiper does not work, the rear demister I don't think works. The sunroof doesn't slide very good, in fact it doesn't slide at all. The radio doesn't work, the clock doesn't work, the courtesy light doesn't work. Did I say the central locking? I think I did. The only rust I've found it so far is the rust up here on the roof. You can see it's actually come in holes. Don't worry about the fingernail, it's a running joke with my brother. Kind of a dared to do it. But yeah, as you can see I've got rust all over the roof, which is enough really, but yeah, I think that's the whole reason why the central locking and the courtesy light didn't work, because it was all rotted out. It's a bit, yeah, I have to sort that out somehow. My plan is just to strip all that back down, rust treat it, and then just, yeah, do something nice and simple, like chuck some vinyl over it or something. It should be nice and easy. Apparently it's common that this happens. Rust over the thingy. I've got this camera set to auto mode. Let me just bear with me a second while I just set the focus on this to automatic. There we go. Right. So let's have a look inside it, shall we? I don't want to start the engine up because I want to do an oil change on it. At the moment, all the oil's at the bottom of the engine, so it'll drain out. Central locking does work, which is quite nice. I've got it on the key there. You can lock it and then do your deadlocks, which is nice. That is a new fob I've just bought. If you go out and buy these fobs, they don't fit in these damn holders, which is a pain in the ass, but the top does, which is nice, which is the bit that matters, where the buttons are, because those buttons were both worn through. So yeah, pretty good. This car has got about 150,000, 160,000 miles on the clock. Sit in there. I'm not going to start it up, but I'll put the ignition on, just so you can see what the readouts say. This thing's never had a service in about 16 years, and I'm not joking, that includes cam belts and oil changes. It's just been topped up. If I can just turn the wheel. I've got no hands. There we go. Right, there we go. I'll turn my broken radio off, which I actually managed to get the code inputted on. 150,000 miles. Service light is well illuminated. Coolant is flashing because, yep, that's bad as well. It's missing panels, and the most of the things don't work, or didn't work. The courtesy light didn't work. Yeah, electric windows do not work, which is a bit of a pain. But I'm pretty sure that's just something to do with the wiring in the doors, or it's going to be that switch there that's messed up. Which I've got another one on order anyway. What else are we on about here? Actually managed to damage the radio slightly, which is a bit of a pain. It's all well. Yep, clock bulb never worked. The clock was dim as anything. No bulbs in there, so I managed to pull it out and didn't bother putting the panel back on because I need to replace both bulbs, not just one. And one of the bulbs is all I had. This is where everything is running around. I've even got some nice new 130% brighter bulbs there from Halfords to go into it. That's if this is H4. I don't know if it is. These are from out of my old car, so there you go. Bottle of water, because you never know. And just some trim pieces. And I think my sat nav's in there somewhere, which is just a cheapo one. Cost me 20 quid. But in all fairness, it's not a bad car. I've been using it to drive to work. It is taxed, MOT'd and insured. The clutch is crazy heavy. It's a very, 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 very heavy clutch in this. Brakes work fantastic, much better than all the other cars I've got. Accelerator pedal, well, that just makes the car go, really. It works quite nicely. In fact, let me just push this car back a bit, because I don't want to start the engine up. I need to give myself some room. And I'll just push this car back. My nice Crocs I've got here. Just enough to give me a bit of room up the front there. There we go, that should do. And let's have a look under the bonnet. Where's the bonnet? Where is it on this thing? It's right the way down here. There we go. Oh! Let's have a look at this. Bonnet lifters, because I know you're going to be under here a lot. It's quite nice. No putting props up or anything. And there it is. 1XUD on a Lucas fueling system. Shame it is Lucas, but whatever. It's not too bad. Cam belt is 16 years old, so that looks nice and worn. It's a bit, the tension's not too bad on it. Yeah, scary stuff. Scary stuff. I've got one on order. I've got lots of parts on order actually. Loads of spares. Anything I've not bought yet for this car, because it's got, like I say, it's got some faults, some mechanical faults as well. Mechanical faults don't affect the car really, but when full lock, your CV joint on this side is clicking away. So the oil in this thing is bad. It's not even at a high level. It's and look how the how good the look at that. It's not even on the dipstick. Well, it is on the dipstick, but it's below the full mark, below the minimum mark. But you can see it's quite bad, because look how the oil is sticking to the dipstick there. It's very sticky, very gummy oil. Not pleasant. Not pleasant at all. So what I'm going to do with it, I'm not going to run engine flush through it at this point in time. I'm just going to drain what there is, get some cheap nasty oil which I've got in the car already for it, which I think is only mineral oil. I think it's not very nice stuff. It's cheapest crap I could buy. I'm going to run that in this engine for a couple of 100 miles and then drain it out. Before I drain it out, then put the engine flush in, run the car to work and back. We should hopefully clean it out nicely. You're right. And yeah, that should be good. That should hopefully clean it out. I assume the engine inside is very varnished up. There's a lot of oil varnish on the engine. Yeah, not very pleasant I don't think inside there, but we'll see. I need to take the intercooler off and have a look underneath the cam cover, just to see what the wear's like on the cam lobes and whatever. Also, I've got a gasket to replace under there. It's not leaking too bad, but you can see where oil has leaked, and if I change the oil in this thing, I'm pretty sure it's going to make a lot of oil leaks appear.
You're all right.
You're all right. So we'll see. So everything looks to be an original item on this car. I don't think anything's been replaced as of yet. Alternator looks like it's original anyway. Yeah, and that belt tells me it's not got a solid roller on it, which means it may have been replaced at some point. After 150,000 miles, I assume the belt has been replaced. It should be on its at least second belt by now. It should be, technically, it should be on its third belt by now, but Hey ho. I bet you anyone needs its second belt. Glow plugs need changing, but as you can see on this particular fuel setup, using the Lucas pump, it's very easy to get access to the glow plugs. Yeah, you get down there, get to that glow plug nice and easy. That one's easy, that one's easy, and so is that. I've got some replacement glow plugs already, which I could change over. The engine does fire up, but it doesn't like to fire up, if that makes sense. You go to fire it up, and it'll run for a second and then die. But the second time you fire it up, it's fine. However, I found out that if you just keep the starter engaged, keep it cranking while it's running, so to speak, it won't die, which is nice. That's possibly an immobilizer fault, but I don't think it is. I just think it's the glow plug's not working right. It's always nice to see when you get cables that have chafed like that. Mind you, it's not chafed but massively bad. Designed to do it, I suppose. There is some stuff on here where it's chafing quite well. I mean, that's always nice. And you get your fuel, and that's almost worn through. A lot of that on there. And you can see here where the Jubilee clip has worn through the engine mount slightly. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. There you go. You do find some interesting things, and I know that's got a fault with it. Intermittent wipe doesn't work. I need to strip the wiper linkage off and clean the gearbox out on that and replace the grease in there. They should hopefully fix that. Boot space is nice and big in these. I don't know if you've seen these cars, but just check out this boot. Some damage there, probably from L plates or something, I don't know. This was a family car before the guy was going to scrap it, and before boot lifters need to be sorted out. They're a bit wanting to fall down. Look at that luggage space in there. That's a monster boot in this. Lovely. There's all my service bits in that bag. I don't know what I've got. I've not even looked in there yet. Yeah, an oil filter, Alfred's oil filter, which is nice. Looks like it's been in the box for a long time. Pretty good. Alfred's own brand. Alfred's own brand fuel filter. Yep, it's pretty good. And 4 of these glow plugs. Auto Delta, apparently. Yeah, Auto Delta glow plug. It's not a Bosch one, but yeah, well, they'll do for now. May as well use those. They look to be in good nick. So yeah, I'll chuck those in the car and should run a lot better. Well, it doesn't run very good. It runs quite well for saying it's been nothing but a neglect wagon. But we'll try as best with it. So the insurance on this thing was 100. Sorry, it was about 420 quid. 420. And the tax on this car, the UK, because in the UK we do like a taxing thing. You have to pay road tax as well as tax on fuel and tax everywhere. And the tax on this thing is 250 quid a year. And then your MOT, which this thing has actually got 10-month MOT on it. I think it is anyway. When I bought the thing, so that's not doing too bad. So yeah, pretty good. Coolant in this thing's horrific. It's a 16-year-old coolant. It's a bit mucky in there. Apparently it doesn't use any though, which is nice. And yeah, it looks to be all in good nick. There's a bit of crud in there, but it's nothing bad. I'm going to drain the system out, fill it with some reverse osmosis water. Then when I've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to crush up some dishwasher tablets and drop them in the header tank. And hopefully that will sort the thing out. Anyway, guys and girls, I'm going to go. I'll catch you all in the next video. So, peace out. I've got a car parts delivery just arrived. Peace out, guys and girls.